Hey guys, it's Rush. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. This video today, I am showing some techniques to use when you are in the corner and the opponent has the threat of Drive Impact. This is particularly where you have low resources, so where you have only a little bit of drive meter, where you only have a little bit of health, and where you're in burnout as well. What you can do in these scenarios to mitigate the Drive Impact splat against the wall or stun situation. For this training exercise, under the recording settings, I've got the dummy Ken set to do two things. First recording is them doing a stand heavy punch into Drive Impact. Second recording is them just doing a raw Drive Impact. So one of the best options is just to parry the Drive Impact, because you build a lot of dry bar back when reacting to the DI. Even if it's not perfect parry, you build a lot of bar back. But if you're low on drive meter and you react to their Drive Impact with your Drive Impact, that will put you in burnout. Another scenario is where you have low health and you react to their DI with your DI. That makes total sense, but you will lose in that situation because you don't have enough health to convert to grey health with the armor. So where you have low health or low drive meter, what can you do? Whilst it's difficult, a simple strategy is to react to the DI with throw. Throw will beat the startup frames of the Drive Impact. And it also works from a button into a Drive Impact cancel. Another option if they do button into Drive Impact is to use super, a strike super, a throw super if it's fast will work as well. But this is good because they have armor break properties, and certain ones can be used to cover multiple scenarios, so you don't just cover the cancel into DI. To do this, it does take a lot of focus in terms of mental stack on that particular thing, but you can fully react to the button into the startup frames of Drive Impact into super. Ken's Super 1 is really good for this because it's an input that's done from down to back, down to back. It's two quarter circle backs into kick. So I can maintain a defensive position because I'm holding down, and the input for super itself involves holding back. So I can cover both the opponent cancelling into DI and also neutral jumping. I can use it as an anti-air. You do have to be super sharp with your reflexes, and again you got to think of mental stack and all the different things you're thinking of, but that's why I like level 1 in this scenario. So when you try to throw when they do a button into Drive Impact, it doesn't work. You don't have enough frames to get a throw to beat the cancel into DI. There, Ken did a stand heavy punch into Drive Impact. The stand heavy punch is no longer -2 on block, it's now +2 on block, meaning the cancel into DI. The window of time for me to press a button is much smaller. There is a gap in this scenario, but it's not a big enough gap to get my active frames on my throw. So when I did that, I always hit the counter hit because the DI hit me during the startup frames of my throw, not during the active frames. But because there is a gap, you still can get super in this scenario. As long as the super has invincibility, you will escape that situation in burnout. Super 2 does not have invincible frames, so even though I get the startup frames of the attack, you can see it doesn't work, I get hit. One caveat to this is where the opponent does a heavily plus move into Drive Impact. Where that happens, there's no gap between the button into Drive Impact. It's a true string, and when that happens, the game reports it as a lock, and you do not hit the wall. Another option you can use if they do raw DI, not a cancel, and you're in burnout, is you can throw the DI on reaction, as mentioned before. This is a good strategy if you think the raw DI is coming and you're primed with the throw option. But if they do a button into DI and you're focused on throw, you will be in trouble. As mentioned, super with invincible frames will be the only way out of that situation. So whilst I'm giving these tips and some solutions to these situations, it's extremely difficult to be ready for everything. So that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully those tips have helped. This isn't exclusive to Ken. This is general information for everyone, but being a Ken player, I use Ken as the character to show these examples off. Hopefully you've learned some tips there. Any questions, any queries, as always, give me a shout, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.